The NASCAR iRacing Pro Invitational Series returns tonight on FS1 from the virtual Talladega Superspeedway, and there's a surprise on the entry list. How's it going, y'all? My name is Eric and welcome to Out of the Groove. Top NASCAR stars return to iRacing tonight for the second event of the 2021 edition of the iRacing Pro Invitational. William Byron won at the virtual Bristol dirt track a few weeks back. Talladega is tonight. Very exciting stuff. This is going to be a fairly short episode of Out of the Groove because the Pro Invitational is really the only thing we have to talk about, namely the entry list. There was plenty of hullabaloo around the entry list for the iRacing Bristol dirt race when Timmy Hill, who won one of the Pro Invitational races last year, was noticeably left off the entry list. NASCAR and Fox claimed they were unable to add him last minute, so actually Brad Keselowski, or Austin Cindric actually, who was set to drive the 2-car that night, basically let Timmy Hill race instead. It was a feel-good story, especially after the social media campaign behind Timmy Hill all day long. So with all that drama surrounding the Bristol dirt entry list, I didn't think there was anything that could potentially top it. I mean, NASCAR did do a fan vote earlier in the week where fans on social media could vote pretty much anyone into the Pro Invitational, but like their fans can't get angry because whoever gets in is the person the fans voted in, right? So no way that the Talladega entry list is going to have the same kind of drama that the Bristol dirt entry list did, right? No surprises at all. No surprises whatsoever. It's just going to be, the normal NASCAR Cup Series field, right? It's just going to be, Dale Jr., Clint Boyer, because they're good for TV, right? Yeah, just pretty simple. Probably going to put Timmy Hill in because, they don't want that same blowback. So no surprises, right? No surprises at all. Nothing unforeseen, no shocking announcements, nothing. It's just gonna be the Cup Series, that's right. Oh my gosh. So Bob Pockrass from Fox Sports posted the entry list last night. You gotta be kidding me, right? All right, let's just scroll through this here. Let's just scroll this. You look at the top, Kurt Busch is not racing. Apparently, there's a conflict there. Keep going. There's no real surprises here. Christopher Bell may not race. There's Ty Gibbs is on standby. That is something that was announced. Nothing here. Let's keep going down. Let's get down to the Fox invites. The promoter's choice. Yeah, Dale Jr., Clint Boyer makes sense. Is that a typo? I don't know what to make of the Pro Invitational, y'all. So okay, first off, let's get this out of the way. So that's Keelan Harvick. You guys remember Keelan, most famously known as the little kid Kevin Harvick would put in the driver's seat before the race on Sunday, his son. We also think of Keelan as this lovable little 3 or 4-year-old, barely able to walk on his own, that cute little kid. No, it's that Keelan Harvick. He's 8 years old. He races go-karts. I believe he recently broke his arm or something, so I don't think he's been racing recently, but he races go-karts. He's a young kid. He's the son of NASCAR champion Kevin Harvick, and he's gonna race against the top drivers from the Real World NASCAR Cup Series on iRacing tonight at the virtual Talladega on national television. 8-year-old Keelan Harvick. So when I saw this, the first thing that crossed my mind was this tweet that Daniel Suarez put out a few days ago, replying to iRacing in kind of a snarky fashion. Remember, he told iRacing to stick to video games. For a brand like iRacing that's notorious for being very protective of their image, their public display, they want to be taken seriously. They are a serious simulator. These cars, when you race in iRacing, that's as close as it gets to the real world race cars as you can possibly find. We're no video game. No, we're a simulator. Knowing all that behind the scenes makes the decision to put Keelan Harvick, an 8-year-old, someone I think pointed out, I think you have to be 13 years old technically to have an iRacing account. They're letting an 8-year-old race in their biggest and most notorious series on national TV. Come on now. You're trying to avoid the comparisons to just video games, but you're gonna put an 8-year-old on national TV playing your this sends mixed messages. I can't be the only one who sees this, right? That's not a knock against iRacing. I don't have a whole lot of experience with the simulation myself, but I respect it as a legitimate tool, a legit way for people to begin or dabble in their racing careers. I'm on board with that. I support iRacing, but at the same time, I'm at a loss for words. That's why this episode's gonna be short, because I genuinely do not know what to say. I mean, looking back at that entry list, we didn't mention it, but you notice Timmy Hill is on the list as a, past Pro Invitational winner. All right, good job. All right, cool. And Jesse Iwuji won the fan vote. a little surprised by that. Like, I like Jesse Iwuji, good dude, you know, great story and everything, but like, I'm surprised. I'm surprised he won the fan vote. I don't know what fans voted for Jesse Iwuji. Leave a comment if you're one of the apparently many fans that did, because that's surprising. But whatever. No, the point is Keelan Harvick. An 8-year-old, the storylines already write themselves. In fact, Kevin Harvick's already having some fun with it. Remember, Kevin Harvick, I do not believe, raced in the Bristol Dirt iRacing event. He was noticeably left off the list.
Hey guys, I'm excited to announce that Keelan is going to run in the iRace tomorrow night against us on Fox. So for me, this is truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to race against Keelan in an actual race on a great platform that really only iRacing could present to the two of us. So it really shows that NASCAR is just a great family sport, and looking forward to hopefully passing on my racing from one generation to the next.
I'll admit, I was going to watch tonight anyways, but the added storyline of Kevin Harvick, grizzled, accomplished veteran of the Cup Series, going up against his own flesh and blood on national television, that is an added wrinkle and a new storyline that I'm very much in favor of, very much here for. I'm not against this. I've said since the very beginning, since this time last year when the Pro Invitational was still a new experimental product, I said since the very beginning that the Pro Invitational would only succeed if it was fun. If the emphasis was not put so much on the most realistic racing possible, like that's a part of it naturally because of the simulation, that's gonna play out more often than not. But the emphasis need to be put on the fun, the novelty, the endless possibilities within iRacing. The broadcast had to be great, and I've been highly complimentary of Fox and even NBC a little bit when they did some races last year. I've been very complimentary of the broadcast's ability to make these iRacing events very, very fun, very enjoyable, from the commentary from Mike Joy to the banter between Gordon and Boyer as they're racing, or Logano in the Bristol Dirt one, who I guess he'll be back this time too. That'll be fun. Drivers like Denny Hamlin, Alex Bowman, and many others having fun with it on social media. Like, these races have shined and have been extremely entertaining because driver personalities have been put on full display. And I don't know, it feels to me like some of the drivers have kind of been let off that leash a little bit. When the drivers are at the track getting ready to get in their race cars for a real life race, it's all business. You're not going to get many great quotes from drivers on a consistent basis. It's very much thank your sponsors, thank your team, thank your crew chief for giving you a fast race car, and then go out and race. Talk about how loose or tight you were, talk about how you raced at the finish and all that great stuff. It's pretty straightforward, but these iRacing events have given many drivers a chance to kind of step outside their comfort zone and give fans a real peek behind the curtain, if you will, a real look at what Alex Bowman's very sarcastic, very witty personality is like. In this case, we're going to see Kevin Harvick going up against his son. That has to lead to some very fun or entertaining moments. I mean, imagine Keelan Harvick goes out there and wins this whole thing. Imagine he wrecks his dad. He's 8 years old. I don't know what goes on in 8-year-olds' heads. He might just wreck his dad because he thinks it's funny. I know when I was 8 years old playing video games, I would put Burnout 3 Takedown in my PlayStation 2, and I would just go in there and wreck everyone. I mean, you got points for wrecking people in that game. That was my whole prerogative, was just wreck people. How spectacular can I make the crashes? That's what I was doing at 8 years old. I was popping NASCAR Thunder into the PS2 and going the wrong direction. I was driving clockwise and trying to wreck everyone in the field except Matt Kenseth. That was actually my game within the game I would do. I would pick like Tony Stewart or somebody, and I'd go through the field and I would try to carefully wreck everyone besides Matt Kenseth, so he was the only one staying. I did that. So that's what I was doing at 8 years old. Keelan Harvick's gonna be on national TV playing video games. We'll see what happens, but if you didn't have enough reason to watch tonight already, this is certainly great marketing. Great promoter's choice, putting Keelan Harvick in the car, but God, it sends a mixed messages. It certainly does. I'm shocked that iRacing is allowing it. Letting an 8-year-old race against the big boys on national TV, it's a risk. That's certainly a risk that I'm surprised iRacing is willing to take, but I hope it turns out to be entertaining and we, the fans watching at home, all benefit from it. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to talk about in this episode, is just react to that news last night, first thing this morning. It's wild. Hey, Keelan Harvick, I don't know much about him. I know he's started racing go-karts. I know he's apparently pretty good at it. Like, I've heard people say that, hey, he's actually pretty solid for a kid racing go-karts. I mean, we'll see. He's the son of a NASCAR legend. We'll see how far Keelan Harvick goes. This is kind of our first real chance to see Keelan on the national stage. Yes, it's virtual. Yes, it's iRacing, but it's FS1. Hundreds of thousands of people are going to tune into this. No pressure, kid. I mean, he's probably too young to even know any better. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of Keelan Harvick. Keelan Harvick racing in a NASCAR sanctioned event. I mean, these Pro Invitational races have slots on racingreference.com. These are legit events. I mean, Keelan Harvick, is he gonna get a page now on racingreference.com? Is he gonna be like the youngest driver with a Racing Reference page like in history? Anyway, let me know down below what you guys think of this decision to put Keelan Harvick in the Pro Invitational. I look forward to reading your comments. That's all I've got for this episode. I know, a very fun, kind of impromptu, just we'll go with the flow type episode. Thank you all for watching. If you're not already subscribed, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We talk NASCAR news daily. As always, a huge thank you to my amazing Patreon supporters as well. We'll be streaming live on Jarrett's channel, The Iceberg, tonight after the Pro Invitational. But if you want to hear what I think of the race, you can follow me on Twitter at EricEastov17. I'll be live tweeting during the event. Hope to see you over there. I'll see y'all later tonight. Have a great rest of your day.